Went out to Ipswich yesterday to meet with one of my plum partners, Roger, absolute legend. Said he's had some problems recently with agents undercutting their commissions. And so customers are demanding lower commissions. So I gave him some handy strategies to use in conversation during his listing presentation to make sure that he's charging the correct fee, the value that he deserves. Check it out. I hope you get some great value from this video. But here's the thing. People will pay for more value, right? If we go on eBay and we're looking to buy a pair of socks and we've got the pair of socks in mind and the brand, we just type that in, we see the pair of socks, and then we're just like, who's got it for the cheapest? Because it's all the same, right? Who's selling it for the cheapest? This one plus postage equals this much. This guy says this much. He's cheaper. Buy it off him, right? That's the same decision that's going through this person's mind when they're choosing you as their agent. Is these guys are exactly the same, so I'm just going to go for the cheaper one. They both do the same shit. It's because your presentation isn't showing any further value about how you're actually going to achieve more money for them, right? Because everyone that's making the decision about which agent to go with, all they care about at the end of the day is who's going to get me the most money, right? If they had a crystal ball and the crystal ball said, I'm going to get $10,000 more with Roger than I will with Michael, who are they going to go with? Roger. If Roger is $2,000 more on the commission, but they're going to get $10,000 more in the sale price, who are they going to go with? They're going to go with Roger because they're going to make $8,000 more. If his commission's $9,000 more, but the crystal ball says they're going to get $10,000 more with Roger, they're going to go with Roger because they're going to come out with $1,000 more at the end of the day. So all these people are thinking when they're talking with you and this other agent is, these guys are exactly the same.
I've got a bit more.
Yeah. Awesome. What did the agent do? It's really interesting that they said that, and I'm happy to talk about it because the reality is that no one knows right now what your house is going to sell for. Just because someone sits here and says this, I could sit here and say $1 million. What would you think? Awesome. $1 million. Yeah, I could say that. Yeah. But that's not necessarily the reality of what's going to happen once we put this on the market and the buyers come through, because the buyers are the ones that are going to decide what price they're going to offer. I can influence that a little bit with, talking about other sales and why I think this property is better. But at the end of the day, the buyer makes the decision as to what value they want to put on your property. Okay, so it's dangerous to sit here and choose an agent based on who's going to sit here and tell you the highest price and go, well, I'll go with that guy, because if you don't believe it, if they're not telling the truth, you're starting the business relationship off on the worst foot. They're already lying to you. And what are you going to get through the whole rest of the process? A whole lot of bullshit. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit. I just want to talk facts, okay? And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you think, doesn't matter what I think, doesn't matter what the other agent thinks. It matters what the market's doing. And we need to sit here and look at the facts, and then we need to come up with a process. What matters is the process. What are we going to do to generate more interest on your house than anyone else? And then using that interest, get more offers on the table. Okay, so I want you to focus on two things, right? I want you to remember this expression, all right? When you're talking to people, more money, all right? I want you to use this term during your presentation 20 times throughout the presentation. More money. Because remember, at the end of the day, that's the only reason they're going to choose you, is you're going to get them more money than anyone else. All right? Yes, they need to trust you, right? But the trust is only the trust in the fact that you're going to get them more money.
Yeah.
Okay? If you think, oh, no, they chose me because they like me. Yeah, they like you, and then they trust you. So they trust you're going to do the right thing by them. And because you're going to do the right thing by them, you're not going to tell them fibs, you're going to talk to the buyers properly, you're going to do a good job. That's going to give them the end result of them getting a higher result and more money, right? Because at the end of the day, if they had a crystal ball and the crystal ball said, no, that slimy grease ball agent over there is going to get you 50 grand more, but they really like you, they love Rog, he's the best, but the crystal ball says slimy agent over there is going to get 50 grand more, they'll go with slimy agent because they want more money. Okay? So we want to be expressing the entire time through this presentation that everything that we do in our process aims towards getting them more money. Everything. The way that we price the property, the strategy, the way we do our open homes, the way that we present the property, the way that we communicate with both the buyer and the seller, the way that we generate competition, okay? And I want you to keep going back to two things, right? The whole presentation, we want to be talking about the term more money, and we want to talk about two things: generating competition and more offers, okay? More offers or multiple offers.
Yeah.
Okay, so everything we do, we just keep coming back to that generates competition. That's going to end up with me likely receiving multiple offers on your property, which puts me in the best negotiating position for you to achieve you more money. Because I want to push your price up as high as I can. All right? If at the end of the presentation, this person just says, fuck it, this is our guy. Roger's selling our property. I don't give a shit about any of the other agents. Roger's selling Roger and Michael, they're selling my property, 100%. Then quite often they won't even care what you're charging because they know that the small difference in the commission is way less than the extra outcome on the sale price.
So that's why I just wanted to ask that. Because there are a few agents and agencies that do just fun and low figure out.
100%. We're always going to deal with that. That's never going to change. You're always going to. But what's happened is you guys have been beaten down too much on this commission thing, and now you're going into your presentations in the headspace of how low do we have to go on our commission to get this one. It's just like it's already in your head. I'm not going in here to present how I'm different. I'm going in here to present how low I can go on my commission. So there is absolutely, you're not going in there with like, we're different. You're going in there with, we're cheaper. And so the seller is coming out of the presentation like, standard presentation, standard advertising, standard everything, no real explanation of how they're any different. So yeah, who's cheaper? Because that's getting me the best result. In their heads, the best result is who's cheaper because these guys are exactly the same.
Yep.
Right? And so it's just like, oh, let's get in front of as many people and yeah, mate, fuck what the other guy's charging. If he's undercharging, doesn't matter. Cool, let him undercharge. But we don't have to play that game. What we want to do is we want to become the absolute masters, right? Where people sit down with us and they go, holy shit, I have to sell with these guys because they're going to get me more, right? So everything we do is talking about these things. So the advertising. When we go and do the photos, okay, I want to make sure your house looks perfect, okay? We're not staging it. Can we make sure on the day of the photos, you've done your best to clean this place up? I'll come in here with the photographer. You don't mind if I move a few things around that house, right? Okay, cool, because we want to stage this. Your photos need to look perfect because people will judge your property within 7 seconds of seeing it on the internet, all right? We need to get people from that position of seeing it on the internet and looking at the price and the bed bath car and going, yep, I'm going to come along and see that property. All right, we have to get them to the inspection. So those photos, imperative we make them look the best. I've got the best photographer, right? I've sourced the #1 photographer in Ipswich. I've been through a bunch of them and this is our guy. So don't worry, we're going to get the best photos for your place, right? That's really, really important because we want to get as many people to this inspection as possible, right? Because the more people that come to your inspection, then the more people I've got to sell the property to, the more offers I'm going to get on the table, and the more offers I get, that's going to put people in competition and push your price up. I'm going to get you thousands of dollars more doing it that way, okay?
Yep.
Right, every single step along the presentation, you're just talking about these same things again. Generating competition, getting more offers and pushing their price up to get them more money. And then we're moving on to the open home. So during the open home, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to display all the information out here. I'm going to make sure Michael's out the front taking the names. I'm going to be inside showing the property, okay? Because people have questions and they're going to, they're going to want to know certain things. So if I'm out the front taking names, then how can I be talking to them and building some rapport with them inside? So that's why we're going to have two people. Whatever you do, mate, it doesn't fucking matter if it's just you, but like whatever you can do to show this person that your whole process is just a little bit better. It's the 1%ers, mate. 1% better here, I'm 1% better here, and I'm 1% better there, and I'm 1% better here, and I'm 1% better. What does that equal if you're 1% better in 20 things? I'm 20% better. 20% better is going to mean you're going to end up with more buyers at your property, way more competition, multiple offers, and a much higher sale price, rather than getting to the end and it's like, oh, look, we didn't have that much interest, but yeah, we do have an offer, here it is. And you've just got, at the end of the day, you're going to sell it. No matter which agent you go with, you're just going to sell it with the best that you've got, right? And you're just going to have to sit there and accept, well, that's the best. I'm going to make sure that everything is done to the highest standard to make sure that we get you more money, right? So every part of your presentation needs to say that. And so go through everything that you do, okay? And with passion too, okay? So I'm not sure how your presentations are right now, but it might be that you're just sitting down and having a bit of a chat, and then you're just kind of like, yeah, well, here's the advertising. So realestate.com, we'll do the signboard, photos. Do you want the, well, I don't know what it is.
That's right. No, we don't do anything.
What are you doing?
Generally, I'm like...
Take me through a presentation.
Okay, so how you going, Dan? Nice place you got here, mate.
Yeah.
Probably pop around and have a look, mate, because there's hardly any photos online anyway, and I like to get a feel for the property anyway, like any buyer does, just like to come through. That's how we get you a bit more of an accurate price as well. So, yeah, show me around.
Cool. We go for a wander around.
Go for a wander around.
Sick.
So
build some rapport.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep. What are you needing, mate? Because we need to find you a place after this. I don't want to have you end up homeless. I never get good reviews when a seller ends up homeless, so we try to avoid that. So what are you looking for?
Mate, I'm just ready to sell. I want to get it on the market, and I'm looking for, I just want to see your process. I've seen you around, I'll be honest, I've had a couple other agents through, and I'm getting it on the market in next 2 weeks. So just want to see, what your guys' process is and the fees and the advertising and all of that, and we'll go from there.
Okay, mate. I don't know if you've seen any of our videos anyway, but we do entertaining videos. So the main thing with the videos is that we can YouTube them, you can Google them a lot better, because I don't know about you, but I'm only as smart as YouTube shows me how to do something. Google tells me the information, right? So we go with that a lot more, because realestate.com is big. Yep, it's great. But
I'll stop you there. You're jumping the gun way too much, right? Yeah, I reckon there's no structure here, right? You've jumped straight into your videos like that's the fucking bee's knees shit that's going to solve all of this issue, okay? It's a good point, but you haven't yet explained to me. I would sit there first and go, I really appreciate that. I'm glad that you've had other agents around. It's great to get a few other opinions. But what I'm going to show to you today is I want to show you why I'm the best agent for this job, okay? My job at the end of this transaction is to put more money in your pocket. Okay, so everything that I do, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to show you everything that I'm going to do to make sure that at the end of this deal, you're going to get more money in your pocket than any other agent that has come through this door. Is that okay with you?
Love it.
Is that what you're hoping to achieve from this?
Yep.
Okay, because that's usually what my clients want, and why my clients go with me is because of the results that I achieve. I get higher sale prices, which equals more profit in your pocket at the end of the day. Awesome. So I'm gonna touch on a few things, all right? How I'm gonna get you more money. And there's only one way, really, at the end of the day, to get you the most money on your property, and that is to generate as much interest in this property as we possibly can in the time frame that we're gonna set, generate the competition, and get people to fight for it. If we can get people to fight for this property, and put them in a multiple offer situation, every time someone is in a multiple offer situation, they will put as much money on the table as they are willing to give, okay? And the more competition that's on the table, the more confident they are in the price being higher, okay? So that's what I want to achieve for you. So I'm going to run you through my process, what we do differently to other agents to achieve that for you. Does that sound good?
Sounds wonderful.
Awesome. I would set it up like that first before you jump into your videos, okay? Because the video is a reason why and how you can generate more competition and more offers.
Yep.
But you haven't set that up to be.
No, it could be look, I'm not normally like that sit down sort of type person. I'm a sort of person that goes, walks around, feel comfortable with the place.
Of course.
It is a normal relationship. So that all you said makes sense. Totally. So what my main idea is to say, like, everyone else does the same advertising. Everyone does the same, but we like to be a little bit different with the creativity that we want, because we want every man and his dog to see your property. And by getting them all to come at the same time, we get to see the agency of everyone around, and we're working on trying to get multiple offers, not just one bloke who's going to negotiate you down. Okay, so I don't want you to have to negotiate. We want to try and get this to grow. And by doing that, we need to do a video. We need to do the photos right. Oh, no, my videographer is the best. We do so much content, we make it funny. Like I said, people scroll down real quick. We've got probably 3 seconds to look at a video and go, if we're going to watch that on Facebook, YouTube, or social media. So we need to make it entertaining from the start. And usually I make it entertaining by making fun of sales agents or myself and just being lighthearted. The best thing about that is when the buyers turn up on the open homes, they go, oh, Rod's not a sales agent, he just needs to go, I'm like, great video, man. And I've got their trust already. So automatically they tell me what their best offers they could possibly do, or their range. So we work with that, get people to come through. We get to know our buyers a lot more than anyone else. And that's what is going to get us to get more people here.
Great. All right. So that's fine, what you just said, but that's only one aspect of the whole thing, right? So that's when you're talking about the video,
right?
It's great. You were talking about the video and how it gets more interest, which is going to generate more competition, get them more money. All right.
So then generally, I'm talking about the process of going forward, like from the photos, organise the videos and stuff like that. Then I say, well, look, let's just say, look, everyone thinks it's going to sell first weekend. Let me go real quickly. But the chances are we have to go through building and pest and finance and all that sort of stuff. So I'll take you through building and pest. Well, I was a painter for 20 years. I also have a building license as well. So the good thing is I'm talking to building and pest inspectors who can also be drama, right? So we talk with them and go through it, and I explain it to the owners that we can get quotes, but this is not a major issue. It is what it is. We're not comparing to a brand new home. It's a character house. So I can liaise really well with that, because as a tradie hat, I can do that as well as a sales agent. When it comes to finance, we haven't had one fall over on valuations. We're still getting record prices, right? Because we're getting a really good rental appraisal come through. We're doing the work for them, comparing the houses for them. I send it all to them as well. I let them know that, A, it is worth what it is, because this house is much more better quality than the one we're comparing it to. I don't want them to go looking for anything. I want to do their work for them. So if I do their work for them, they don't look too hard, because, oh, Rog, because I get to know the valuers really well. We're friends out here. Nothing like having a valuer pissed off with you because you're a sales agent and you're pushing your stuff. But because we're friends out there, they go, oh, Rod's a good bloke. It's like, no, it's fair enough. It's what it is.
Can we go back a bit? Can we start at the start of the presentation?
All right.
I feel like we've jumped too far ahead.
Yes.
I want to go back to the start. All right. I want you to set the scene of the discussion again. I know everyone is your mate, right? And everyone's just like loves Roger, and they go with you because they love you. But they also still want to go with you because you know your stuff. You're the fucking man.
The results. Yes.
The results. You're the fucking guy who's going to get them more money than everyone else. So when they sit down with you and you're the friendly Roger guy, they also want to see a side of you that fucking knows exactly what you're doing, right? So I want you to set the scene when we sit down, okay? I've told you that there's a couple other agents coming through, and mate, I'm putting the property on the market in 2 weeks. I want to see, what you guys can do, what your process is, whatever. I've seen you around. We sell a bit, so.
We're setting it up at the moment, but we'd like to send the pre-listing stuff. So at the moment, we're still working with the team and getting that together. So we've got all the pre-listing stuff together with them. I don't like leaving folders around for other agents, mate. Because other agents go, okay,
That's cool.
I'll just do that.
Let's
So
just
I
respond
do
to
it
what
online.
I've just said, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Just respond to what I've just said.
About just
I've just said, oh, mate, you said, like, so what's the deal? Tell me your story. Look, mate, I'm putting the property on the market in 2 weeks. I'll be honest with you, I have had a couple of other agents around.
perfect.
So, yeah, I came through that open home the other week. You guys seem like genuine guys, so I just thought I'd let you throw your hat in the ring.
Lovely. I'm glad to be one of many. That's fine, because you've got to get a lot of different ways of doing things in real estate, and I want to show you why ours is the best way. And I know what they're doing because I've been in big brands before, and I know exactly how they advertise and how we can do it differently to get more people here. And it's more money. So generally,
Good. You set the scene a bit more. You like did all these things. All right. Remember, this is what they want from you. Okay. More money. It's all they fucking care about. Okay.
that's right. At low
So
cost.
set the
More money
scene,
for
mate.
low cost.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you've had some other agents around so that you can make the best decision for yourself. By the end of this meeting today, I'm going to show you how we're going to achieve the most money for your property and do it better than anyone else. The best way to do that, and really the only way, is to get as much interest in this property as we possibly can. All right? More inspections, more eyeballs on your property, more inspections is going to generate competition. And I want to be in a position where there's multiple offers on your property, because that's what's going to push the price up. Another thing you can do is ask them, have you ever bought, other than, you've bought a property before, obviously, because you've got this one. Have you bought a property before and been in a position where there was another buyer on the table? Because most of the time they have been in this position, and they'll go, yeah. I bought this property, and it's like, okay, what happened? What was the feeling? Oh yeah, I didn't know. I know I had to offer heaps, and yeah, exactly right. Was there a feeling of like needing to put down a higher offer because
Fear of missing
there were,
out.
you didn't know what the other offer was, and you wanted to beat them? Yeah, there was. Great. That's what we want to do for you. Bring that feeling back. Make them remember that. So you can ask them questions like that. So you being mates with everyone is awesome because that gets you to the table. But that's what's probably destroying you on being able to charge more, right? Because they're just like, oh, I'm selling with him because he's my mate. They're all the fucking same. How cheap can you do it for me, Rog? And you're just having to pull your pants down all the time and just go, oh, fuck, 1.8? All right, you got it. You're the same as the other guy. They don't even like the other guy. The other guy's shit.
Yeah.
The other guy sucks, mate. He sucks. He sits there and he doesn't show any more value as to why he can get a better price. He's just coming in with this standard stuff and they're having to go, oh, well, who's cheaper? Right, so set the scene. Before you start blabbing on about all this shit, set the scene and, mate, this discussion is all about how I'm going to achieve you more money. Everything that we do in the whole process is aimed towards generating more interest on your property so that we can create competition, get more offers. If the more offers we get, the more money I'm going to achieve for you. And you say that specific, not in those exact ways, but you just say these three things like in every part of your presentation. When you're talking about the photos, it goes back to this. When you're talking about your open homes, it goes back to this. When you're talking about calling the buyers back after the weekend, it goes back to this. When you're talking about when you're in an offer, you're going, and now we're in their offer, so this is happening. Everything. The video, you're talking about this, right? So you do have the video thing, and that is perfect because it's something unique that you do that no one else does, which does this stuff, but you're falling on that. I feel you're just only falling on that too heavily, like that's your one thing. It's not your only thing.
Sorry, I don't mean
There's many things that make you better, not just the video.
No, you're right.
There's many things that make you better.
With that more money aspect, do you think it's prudent or do you think it's beneficial if we are just blunt from the start? Like what you've been doing is just saying, look, the entire reason, thanks for having this discussion with us, we're here just how can we make you more money from the sale, right? We want to get you generating the most amount from the sale.
Fuck yeah. That's the magical words they want to hear, mate.
Because I was having a chat with Bodge last night he's like, oh, I'm meeting Mr. Lee, and I'll come around there. I feel with the issue, but Chana with Rog, we both. I guess it's not much of an issue. It's just we feel a bit slimy if the entire discussion like, oh fuck, I'm number one in Ipswich. What Rog is, right? I'm a lawyer, broker, all that kind of shit, right? I feel a bit slimy, propping myself up,
Yeah, well, that shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. You're not there for you. You're saying you're there because of you, because I'm the best. Go with me because I'm number. What's number one? Number one doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Number one, you can say you're number one because I sold the most houses at the cheapest price. Yeah, I know that other agent. He's number one at selling the most houses at the cheapest price. I'm not interested in that. I'm not here to talk about that. So I'm here to talk about how we get more money on your property. The other thing you need to do is tell stories. And what I would do if you're coming up against this guy who's reducing his fee all the time, go and do some research. Okay, find some sales that you've done, right? That where you can see, here's a property that he sold for 600. Here's a very similar property to what we sold for 650 at roughly the same time in the market. Okay, so this is what you're going to get with this agent. Yeah, he'll get it sold, and at the end of the day, you'll have an offer and it'll sell. It doesn't matter who's selling your house. The dumbest guy who's never sold a house can get an offer. If that's the only offer on the table and you're locked in with that guy for 90 days and you need to sell the house and that's the only offer that's been generated and it's kind of okay, you're probably going to take it and go, well, we did the best we could, right? And it's going to sell, and that agent's going to go, oh, I sold the property, I'm awesome. I don't give a shit about that. All I care about is what are we going to do to get more money for you, all right? I'll show you just some comparables, okay, as to other agents in the area and what they've sold and what we sold and the difference in price that we're looking at here, okay? You need to have some stories, all right? So here's a property, 3-bed, 1-bath, cottage, same street, pretty much the same property, right? This one had a new bathroom. What's that worth? 10 grand. It's sold for 590. This one's 650. So, both in February. Why did I get 650,000 for mine and that agent got 600? Okay, here's another one. So have like 4 or 5 case studies, right? And bring them up right at the start, okay?
Yeah, I think that's a really good one.
I'm here to get you more money, right? That's what you want, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Is that what you want?
I need the most I can get.
The most you can get. Okay, most of my clients want that. Some of them just want a private sale or something like that. Most of my clients want the most money possible. So I just want to get that out of the way. Cool, that's what we're trying to achieve. Other agents, this is what they do, okay? They just do a standard procedure. They don't really care. They've probably got hundreds of listings on the go. It's just like, send your associate, fucking let's find an offer. Here you go. Yeah, it's a pretty good offer. Bang it together. Whoo, yay, I sold it. I'll spray the whole area with telling everyone how I sold it. I'm amazing. No one really knows anything, what's going on. They just see a sold price. Oh, okay, whatever. Mate, the difference between an exceptional sale price and just a sale price can be $50,000. I want to make sure that $50,000, we're getting it and it's going in your pocket. So like before you even get into all of this shit, right, that you do, because you're jumping straight in. You're sitting down and going, okay, you've had the other agents. Okay, well, have you seen my videos? My videos are blah, 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 and we're going to get you some more people through, and the videos, I have a bit of a joke with it, and it's really good, like, I'm just sitting here going, what the fuck are we going on about here? Like, mate, let's make the conversation very clear for about fucking 5 minutes as to what we're about to talk about. And some stories about how you get more money, why, and what we're about to talk about. So everything we're going to talk about, what I'm going to show you now that we've got that out of the way, I've shown you that I can get more money. Now I'm going to explain how we do it. Okay, now you've got their fucking attention, right? I'm listening. How do you get me more? Okay, first thing we're going to do, well, firstly, let's talk about the price. Now, I always have a structure in my presentation, all right? Different agents have different structures. You can have whatever structure you want, okay? First of all, I would always talk about price, okay? Let's talk about the price of your home. Do you have an idea of what you think it's worth?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll always ask that first. I'll try and fish it out. Okay. You want them to tell you first, because rather than just jump into your presentation and go, okay, we've got these comparables. I think it's probably worth here. And then you find out he thinks it's worth 100,000 more. And then you've just fucked it for yourself. Okay. So first of all, mate, let's talk about price. Have you got any idea of what you think it's worth? You probably, and assume that they do. Okay. So don't go, so let's talk about price. What do you think it's worth? They'll go, well, you're the agent, you tell me.
Yeah, I have an idea, but what can you get me?
So let's talk about price first. You probably have an idea of what it's worth, right? Yeah. Nodding, okay? You probably have an idea of what it's worth, right? You're about to sell. What people do when they're about to sell is they jump on realestate.com, they go around and have another look at what's going on in the market. You've already had a few agents around, so you've got an idea of what it's worth.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And they'll go, oh yeah, I've got an idea, but I want you to tell me. Yeah, we'll talk about that. But can I ask you something? All the research you've done, all right, doesn't matter what I'm going to say anyway, what's your dream price? Ask them, what's your dream price, okay? Because people don't want to tell you what they think it's worth, right? Because they always want more than what it's worth. But they're happy to tell you what their dream price is, okay? So what's your dream, being realistic on the research you know, what's your dream price?
$1 million.
Okay, $1 million, great. Write that down, $1 million. All right, we'll talk about that. What I want to do is I want to achieve you $1 million if it's out there. Okay, it doesn't matter what they say. We're going to try for whatever they want. We're going to still show them comparables as to why, if they're way off, if it's worth 800 and they say that, we still want to tell them that, mate, you want $1 million? I'm going to try and get $1 million if it's out there. What I want to do next is just go through the comparable sales and let's see if what you want sort of matches up to what the market is doing. Mm-hmm. And then we'll talk about the process, about how we're going to try and achieve you this price. If it's out there, we'll get it. If it's not quite there, I'm going to get you as close to that number as we possibly can, okay? And make sure that at the end of the day, we get you more money in your pocket than anyone else. Bang, we're over that. Beautiful. Next, okay? So, like, I haven't said I'm going to get him $1 million. Yeah. I haven't said it's not possible. Mm-hmm. I've just said, look, that's what you want. I fished it out of him first before going and blabbing my mouth and telling him what I think it's worth, because that can fuck it for you immediately, right? Fish it out of them first. And now we're going to go, right, that's your price. Let's talk about how we go about achieving that. And if it's there, we'll get it. Bang, next. That was easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd always talk about price first. So then we go through the comparables, all right? Whether it's achievable or not, who knows? But look, this is here. All the buyers in the marketplace, they don't just come and look at your house and go, oh, I'll pay $1 million for that. They go and have a look at other properties and they base their decision on what they're going to pay for yours on what everything else is selling for, okay? So our goal is to help them see the value and possibly pay a bit more than what they would have, liked to have paid for it, all right? So let's start again, because I reckon if you get the start of this presentation down pat, you're going to fucking kill it. There's just not, I haven't seen like a good structure to your presentation.
There isn't?
There's no structure. And you think that that's good. Oh, I'm not structured. I don't need to be structured. But I think you do.
I'd like to have a bit of both. That'd be great. I need to learn on the structure side of things. But I generally think... Just for play with it. Yeah, exactly. And how you go about each one. Yeah, you're right. I go with the mate side of things. I check out their home, appreciate that. Generally, I do a lot of my stuff. I send them everything to them. So a lot of the time is I've had a good chat with them. And most of the time it's nothing about real estate. It's just getting that relationship. I really work on the relationship.
That's all the rapport building. Okay?
Mm-hmm. That's what I do. And I said, well, now that I've got to know your place, give me time. I'll head back. I'll do my research and I'll come back to you with this. Okay? Because I don't like giving out prices on an average old photos that was done 6 years ago that I don't know what you've done to it. So now that I've seen it, had a feel for it, I'll go back to the office, have a work on it, and I'll come back to you. Okay, I'm not leaving anything there. And the reason being is because I can see there's Strud, there's NGU, there's Ray White. I know who I'm up against automatically, and I don't want them to know I'm there as well. Okay. So I keep it all low key like that. But they go like, I was a painter for 20 years, mate. But it's how many people ask me, Rog, how much is it for a 3-bed house to paint? I said, there's a lot of different 3-bed houses. So let me come and check it out. I'll give you a quote, right? And that's what I'm doing right now. So I'd love to give you an accurate price, but
Yeah, cool.
that's how I do it.
Okay,
So,
well, let's pretend we're just sitting in a presentation right now, because you're going to come across all sorts of scenarios. One where you're going in and you're coming back 2 days later to present. Doesn't matter about any of that. Sometimes you're in the door and you've got to do it right now. They want to make a decision fucking tonight.
That's where I'm having to do it at the moment. So once we get the pre-listing kits sorted, that's where I really want to go in and actually almost closing the deal.
Yeah, awesome. All we want to focus on is getting this presentation right.
Yeah.
You're sitting in front of me right now, and I'm going to make a decision on which agent to go with. I want you to get this bit right. All that other stuff, yeah, fine. Like sometimes I go in first, I decide I'm not going to do this now because I don't have what I need in front of me, or he's happy to catch up with me later in the week, whatever, all right? That doesn't matter. What matters is when we come to this conversation where all the information is here and we're ready to present, that's what I want to get right today, okay? Because it doesn't matter about the order or anything, but if we're sitting down, we're having this conversation, that's what we need to get like fucking down pat, okay?
Yeah.
Our value as the agent to them, is it the same as these other guys, or are we fucking way better?
We're way better.
We're way better. Why?
Yep.
Why? Why are we better?
Question.
Why are we better?
Why we're better here?
Yeah, just tell me why are we better?
Oh, because we actually look after the client and try and get the most for them. We don't try and just do a fast sale.
We're better because we generate more interest on every property that we have for sale. By doing that, we get more offers on the table.
Like that.
More offers means I'm going to be able to push your price up higher than any other agent. I'm going to get you more money in your pocket. I just come back to this every time. Same thing. That's why you're better. You're better because you're better at getting more eyeballs and more interest on that property, which generates competition, gets more offers on the table, gives them more money in their pocket. That's why you're better.
That's why I'm better.
Forget the rest of the fluff, okay? You're not better because you do videos, okay?
That's only video.
That's one aspect.
Yeah.
That just adds into, this is another reason why I'm better. Other agents, they're just going to take photos, they're going to chuck it online, they're going to get the interest from realestate.com, and great, we're going to do that too, but you know what else we're going to do? There's a whole lot of other buyers out there who don't necessarily jump on realestate.com and put in the exact parameters for your property to come up in that search. You know you have to be pretty specific to actually find your property. I have to go onto realestate.com and I have to put in Bundamba between 500 and 800 to get your property come up in a whole list of others, and then I'll click through and for those buyers who do that exact thing, that exact search, sure, they're gonna find your property. But what about all the other buyers out there that might have looked one suburb over, or 2 suburbs that way, or who are just in Brisbane looking for a great investment property and they're just keeping their eyes open for the right opportunity? There's hundreds and hundreds of buyers out in the marketplace like that at any given time, but they don't know how to find your property. It's not in the paper, it's only on realestate.com. So how else can we get in front of it? Let me show you what we do, right? We're gonna create this video and we're going to get it on social media. And what that does is it actually pushes it out there to thousands and thousands of other potential buyers who live within a certain radius of your property, because we know there's an 80% chance that the buyer of your property lives within 5 kilometers of this place. Okay, so this video that we're going to do, we're going to get it in front of the screens of thousands and thousands of other potential buyers. And some of those are actually going to be buyers in the marketplace that are interested. They're going to click on the ad to see it, and what's going to happen? They're going to end up on your realestate.com ad. Okay, then they're going to go through the process. They're going to go, I actually like the look of this investment property or this house. They're going to call me, or they're going to come to the open home. That's one more person that I can sell it to. Okay, the other agents aren't going to do that. Now, the amount of extra buyers that I usually generate from this process is anywhere between 20 to 30% more buyers just from doing that. Okay, if I get 20 to 30% more buyers through the property, right? That's more opportunity for me to get you an extra offer, create more competition and push your price up. And that's what I want to do for you, okay?